Speaking of War Games, I want to talk about this because this was something I kind of wanted to talk about last week, but we didn't because we didn't want to spoil too much. But I think it is a fair question, even if you are a Rhea Ripley fan. I think that you need to be self-aware enough to be able to have these conversations. And I feel that Rhea Ripley returned a little too soon. I get that there was probably plans in place months ago, maybe even just weeks ago, that they were going to do a Team Rhea versus Team Liv at War Games. And so it's kind of hard to figure out what to do if that isn't an option anymore, because Rhea did have, a broken oracle bone or whatever. And that was why they kind of wrote her off TV, with Liv and Raquel attacking her in the infamous NXT parking lot. But my issue is they did that angle was so good with Raquel and Liv in the parking lot. And it was the perfect timing. They did such a good job about making it look so brutal. And then, of course, Rhea following it up with the X-ray online and just the stuff that she's been saying. I loved it. And I was like, okay, the injury is unfortunate, so I'm not excited about that. But it was like, okay, the way they're going about this is a good thing, because I felt like Liv and Raquel both needed a boost of looking tough and bad, and uh they can't just be walked all over by Rhea, because that's very much what it's been looking like over the past however many months, especially for Liv, where it's like she's terrified of Rhea. Rhea's just kicking her ass every single week, and the only way that she can beat Rhea is with the help of Dominic or somebody from Judgment Day. So it really kind of bums me out that she's back already, because it feels like it didn't sell how intense that ambush was. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe they thought that she was going to be out for a long time, and that is what the initial rumors were. So they were like, all right, let's go as big as possible and make this look as brutal as possible. And then they found out, oh, actually, no, she can come back if she just wears a mask and whatever. So I'm not faulting them for that, but I'm just a little bit bummed, because I feel like this could have gone on a little bit longer with her being gone. And then the way that they put her team together makes it look like Liv's team has no chance at War Games. And so I feels like we're just going backwards in this feud again.
Yeah, it does feel. I had the same thought initially, but then I remember Bryan Danielson wrestled with a fractured orbital bone, and he came back a lot sooner than people realized. So I can see why she's not just taking the time, and she can come back with the mask. And it's just it's I
I
can
think
see
it's just
why.
the timing.
Timing is a bitch.
And I think the problem goes hand in hand with what we were just talking about, where the women's War Games match felt very rushed and randomly put together. And I think part of that, of course, is just probably what was going to happen in general, but maybe it's because they didn't know about Rhea's timetable. And so then they were like, okay, the things that we were going to do, now we have to speed it up because Rhea's able to come back now, but she's already missed 3 weeks. And maybe they were planning on doing some of it during that time. But I feel like there is a way that they could have tried to pivot for War Games, because we've been talking about, and plenty of people have talked about, how Liv needed to move on from her feud with Rhea. And so maybe it could have been a team Liv versus whoever her newest opponent was going to be, which was EO. So it was like, okay, well, if they could have done Team EO versus Team Liv, and I think people would still be into it because of who the participants would be. That's mainly why people are even excited about what this women's War Games match is going to be anyway. It's not really about it being Team Liv versus Team Rhea.
No, Rhea's kind of out of the picture because EO was pushed after the win and whatnot. So
and people aren't thrilled with what Liv is doing right now. So it's like people aren't super
shame on
invested.
them.
I know,
Shame
but
on them.
they're not super excited about that. So it's like, I don't think it would have been that big of an issue if they pivoted.
No,
But
because they would have done EO. In my eyes, EO is the queen of the War Games match. She's been in 6 of them.
Well, and
So
then
to just put her in, you could have done something with her and damage control, like Dakota Kai could have been another one.
Yes, that's another thing.
Might have been a little too early for her to come back for that, but like, who cares? She's fought through a lot. Like, did you not see the promo vignette that she just had? Like, that's the whole point. And I don't know.
You know what's also crazy about Team Rhea is the fact that Damage Control is on the same team with Bianca Belair, and we're just supposed to act like that's okay.
That's fine. Well, that's not the only weird. Like, that's just what War Games brings. Like, just
I know, but you know what I'm saying?
Teaming and
it's fucking weird. It's weird. Bianca was tortured and tormented forever by Damage Control.
She hates Bailey still because of it.
I know, but she's not going to be cool with Io either. Io was there from the beginning.
But didn't she call? She's the one who made the call to Io. Or like when she's like,
she's
I got
called Kyrie. Io called Kyrie too. So,
no, but initially, yeah, but no. I'm saying for the Warriors,
Bailey,
like when they said I had a I'm saying even now, like when like we had to call backup, and then they called Io.
This is the problem that I have though, is like we appreciate that Triple H hadn't been doing this kind of stuff, like the short-term memory stuff, and then when it does happen, I hate it.